I've been seeing like so many videos of people, like doom and gloom videos of people talking about their just how like their life sucks. And I can obviously relate. Like, I think we've all had years or times in our life where everything has been mega sucky. Although what I'm saying kind of specifically is like I will what I'm saying specifically is male loneliness type. I'm seeing like loads and loads of videos of guys just sharing their experience of like rejection, unwantedness, feeling, what would I say? I guess just like unwanted by society. And it's honestly like sad because I think we're in a genuine like pandemic, like this silent isolation thing, because the internet has ruined everyone. It hasn't like ruined everyone. It's probably made people cooler, but more informed and stuff. But like the internet has really isolated everyone. It's done something to our psyches where we feel like it's okay to stay home because we're getting just enough. We're tricking our brain into like getting just enough socialization to feel satisfied throughout the day. But it's like eating only rice, white rice every day. Yeah, it's food, but it's so like nutrient deficient, and if you only eat white rice every day over the years, you're just gonna like die, probably. So from like when I watch these videos, like the thing that courses through my mind is we're not socializing with each other enough in person, and it's just not something that's the default anymore. It's like, yeah, it's really like, it's just not, like it feels like we've been failed by someone. We've just been failed or something, like by the government or something. Like there hasn't been enough honest kind of like discipline where it's like, no, this thing is unhealthy for the people of the planet. Let's place boundaries and restrictions on it. And if they kick and scream, like it's going to be like taking candy from a toddler, but the toddler doesn't know what's good for it, but we do because we're the experts. Like there hasn't been enough of that when it comes to like regulating. We have too much freedom and we're choosing to like be too comfortable, and then we're just like missing out on these really important psychological needs, like having a full day of just being around other human beings. It doesn't even matter. Actually, yeah, no, it does matter. This next point, like I think it's much healthier and much more beneficial for you if you hang around a group of fucking monsters all day, like monster human beings, than it is to be isolated by yourself. Just in terms of like your mental health. That sounds pretty extreme, but if you literally experiment, you just don't talk to anyone in person for one whole year, you will become like I dare you to scan your brain after that and just see how it's completely eroded like a fucking violet crumble that you've been sucking on. So, yeah. How do I communicate how important socializing with people every day is? if it's just a workplace, you have to have a full-time job. Like, you've got to be working. There are loads of people who, like, these streamers on YouTube or these streamers online, it looks like they have this really fun, incredible life where they're, like, you know, living the dream. They just get to be at home. They get to, like, you know, have fans and stuff like that. I think that is a recipe for mental health disaster. Truly, I think those people, if everyone became that, like, I think those streamers might have set themselves up for potentially the worst mental health you could possibly have. I'm sure there are some streamers who, like, also have family and friends that they see in person. If you're, like, a real life streamer where you get to interact with people, great, like, you've figured it out. But honestly, the streamers who just sit there and video game, that's making me sad and scared and, like, nervous, because I'm just like, holy shit, like, I know what isolation does to your mental health, and I pray that that person is not actually, like, silently experiencing that themselves. So, like, something that I do, like, I'm not working at the moment. I'm in the process of, like, looking for work, like a full-time job. And so that's why I'm, like, making these YouTube videos, because why not? They're fun. And something that I do every single day is I make sure that I get 1 hour of conversation in every day, because you also notice the difference between how you feel before a conversation with another living human being and how you feel after a conversation with another living human being. And especially if that person who you were speaking to was, like, a very high vibration and they were a very happy person, you just had, like, you didn't really have a deep and meaningful conversation with them. You literally were just able to connect with them socially that day. The difference in how you feel is phenomenal. It's like you're, like, before you socialize, feels like being super anemic, like super deficient in iron. And then after you socialize, it feels like you've just had, like, this massive iron transfusion, and you suddenly have all of your energy, all of your mental clarity, all of your vitality back. So never ever, like, deplete yourself in the and so many people are going to be like, yeah, but, like, you know, but humans are shit, and, you know, people are mean, and I don't, like, I understand what you're saying. I really do. But, like, you have to get yourself to a point where you're able to, like, socially connect with anyone in a way that feels really good. When I used to, like, quote, hate people, that's just because I, like, wasn't able to connect with them. I think I hated myself in relationship to other people. And when I kind of, you know, like, fixed that, now I'm at a place where I, like, see other human beings as the most important nutrient of my day, and I'm, like, so grateful for any opportunity I have to, like, even just have a fucking conversation with them. Like, and I really don't recommend, like, trying to socialize with strangers in public. I mean, that's one approach, but it's just so risky and unregulated, and you're going to experience a lot of rejection that is unnecessary. And I really recommend you do something like what I've done, which is, like, I've set up my own meetup group where members of the community, like, can come to my events, and we, like, talk to each other every day. So yeah, so, like, this video is not to try and, like, promote anything, but there's, like, a link in my bio. If you go look at my meetup group, I post, like, these daily events, like, practice your social excellence skills with me. Practice your social skills with me. And even though that's like my little career, it's also probably the most important part of my day is like speaking to another human being, and like I make sure I get at least 1 hour of that in every single day. So my advice, like I'm seeing so much depression videos online, and I get that, and I think that's so, it's also like really, really, really cool that people are actually talking and they're actually sharing their inner suffering, and they're like showing, like they're showing that to the world. Because if anyone cares out there, I think that like we're all going to start to kind of at least have more conversation about it, and like the community can all kind of start problem solving together, and we can, I don't know, use AI to like save ourselves. And honestly, the solution is so simple, but it's just so tricky because like the world is different now. Like many people live 2 lives, and one of them is online and takes up a lot of time. Like, you know, like the solution is pretty simple, like just hang out with each other in person. But it's tricky because like we've lost the drive to do that, because we're getting these little micro doses of nutrients of social connection online. Therefore we don't, it's like we're just getting enough to not die, but we're not getting enough to be thriving and super duper thriving. Yeah, so I really think that like from all of these like depresso videos that I see, I think it's great that people are like finally, you know, talking and like opening up. But I also would like, you know, have this insight that like I don't know if that person's, what they're worried about right now is actually the issue. I think the issue is that they are depressed from isolation. So yeah, just know that isolation is unbelievably really, really harmful to yourself. So please never ever put yourself in that position. Never ever put yourself in that position again. It's so much better to be working than it is to be like working in a human workplace with like other people than it is to just be at home alone, like working or doing nothing. So if you feel like you might be like a frog kind of slow boiling in water and you don't know, like from just being isolated, then I just recommend just explore working in the workplace for your own health, for your own health, not for anyone, not to make money, but just for your own self-development.